What's up, guys? Today we're going to install this friction hinge by Lapart, and basically this is a hinge that has a lot of tension in it, so that way your door doesn't open and close with the wind and slap around. A lot of people installed these wrong, so today we're going to show you guys how to do it. This brand right here, we'll put a link in the description below, but this one actually simplifies it. The older version used to have 3 holes on both the door pad as well as the wall mounting pad, and now it's only on the door pad so people don't get them mixed up, so that way you can keep the orientation right. You get 2 of these with this kit, and they're extremely hard to open and close with your hands, so that just goes to show you how tight it'll keep the door. It says it does it up to about 30-mile-an-hour winds, which, you know, you should be trying to keep a hand on your door's winds that high in the first place. Before you do install this, you're going to want to look at your door latch and make sure that your door latch tension's right. You should be able to easily open and close these doors without it slapping or having to pull on it real hard to shut the door. A lot of people in the Coleman group have that issue, and you're only going to make it worse by putting these tension hinges on it. So that's a simple fix. By using a screwdriver and just using a Phillips screwdriver, you can adjust this plate forward and backwards to make the door open a lot easier and not be forcing on it. So when we come over here to do these hinges, you're basically going to always be putting the 3 pads against the wall side and the 2 pads against the door side. The 2 pads will have the 3 holes, and the wall side will have the single hole set. You're going to want to stay about 2 to 3 inches away from the bottom of your door, as well as from the top hinge up above, and that'll help even out the tension when you open and close the door. So to make this a little easier for me to install this, I brought some blue tape. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a piece of blue tape off. I'm going to get this where I want, making sure that it's tight against the frame and everything's at a good 90-degree angle. And I'm going to go ahead and tape this on here real fast. And the beauty of this tape is you don't leave any marks. If you slip, something happens, it's not going to scuff no paint. You can still feel and see the holes right where they're at. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but just by rubbing on it, you can actually see the hole right there. They give you these screws, which is a number 2 square, and they're self-tapping, which you could easily go through and just try to drive them. The problem most people have, and most of the complaints on the Coleman groups, are that they break them off as they're going in, or they strip them out midway and then they can't get it out. So to prevent all of that, it's real simple. You get a number, a 1/8 drill bit. So this is a much smaller diameter than the actual thread and circumference of the shaft of this screw. And we're just going to pre-drill each hole through the tape and stop. Pre-drill this hole through the tape, making sure it's still tight. It shouldn't have moved. Now that we got all 3 holes drilled, you could go ahead and pull the tape up past one of them. Put your drill bit on, or put your screw in. Make sure it's still tight. I don't know if you guys can see that. And just snug them up. I'm using an impact wrench, a DeWalt. You can never do this by hand. You do need some type of, you know, power drill. You could probably use a regular drill to drive them, but the impacts just work so much better from my experience. And if you pre-drilled your hole, you should hear that clicking and that real nice tight fit at the end there. So now that we got 2 of them in, we know it's not going to move. Our tape's gone. And voila, just like so, they're all on nice and tight. Just to make sure, give them a little suck up. There we go. Now, these are extremely tight to bend, so you're going to pull the door to 90 and you're going to see where they sit, and you're most likely going to have to mate that first hole first. Let's see if we can bend it out a little further. You want to try to get it at a 90, a nice 90-degree angle, so that way when you go to drill this hole right here, it's lined up nice and tight where it's supposed to be. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the door towards me, making sure this one's pushed in nice and tight. Try to keep my drill at a 90-degree angle, so I need to pull them out a little more. Sorry, I'm using my left hand. It felt backwards. Okay, we got our hole. I'm gonna have to let the door go for a second. Get rid of any metal shavings in there. Prep my next screw. You should still be able to hit that hole. Now that it's all sucked up tight, you can go ahead and drill the second 2 holes. Remember to keep your drill straight up and down as possible when you're doing this. Also, try not to push real hard or dig into the side like I was doing right there. You want to keep that thing away from there as much as possible. Now we got our 2 holes drilled. We could go ahead and set our next 2 screws. Oh, a little powerful there. Now you're just going to repeat the process on the next hinge set. We're going to bend it out a little further than 90, get our drill bit ready, pull it in nice and tight. Make sure it's snugged up in there. Try to hit that hole at a 90-degree angle the best you can. I'm so not left-handed. Get your screw. Get it stabbed. Suck it up nice and tight. Open the door so you can see what you're doing. Pre-drill your next 2 holes. Add your last 2 screws. Make sure they're all sucked down tight to where none of them are protruding further than the rest of them. And that's done. You're just going to repeat this process up at the top with the second set of hinges, and you're good to go. And before you go move on, you're going to want to go ahead and shut the door and make sure that it closes properly. You can see how much stiffer it is already. That closes good. Let's check the screen door. Screen door shuts nicely. So we're going to go ahead and do the second set now. Same way, repeating the process. Tape, hinge, drill holes, drive screws. So now we got it done. Bottom one's installed right here. You can see my 3 new screws. The top one's installed right there. You see that? You see the tree up there? It's pretty breezy outside. Normally this door would be slamming and it doesn't even budge. It just sits there. You can try to throw it and it just stops. Try to throw it and it stops. It's nice and stiff. When you go to shut it, shuts real nice, opens real nice. Just to show you guys, let's show you the screen door. A lot of people complained about the screen doors. Like nothing. Watch this. So yeah, I would say that's a done deal, you guys. We're gonna wrap this video. If you guys like it, go check out the description in the bottom below. You can find yours. Real easy to install. Just need a couple of tools, 1/8 drill bit, and the square number 2 for your impact gun, and you're done. There it is. Be sure to smash that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed the content, and we'll have more coming on this Coleman later.